shocking moments coming to light out of Tarrant after a woman says that a city magistrate pulled a gun on her.
All of which caught on security cameras at City Hall.
Yeah, you heard that right. We got a judge who's pulling out a gun on a woman in a parking lot over a disagreement. Let's talk about it. This is Chief Magistrate Judge Tanelia Jackson. She works in the city of Tarrant in the great state of Alabama. Now, as a magistrate judge, she gets to determine if police have probable cause for arrest. She also serves as a court clerk and handles misdemeanor cases while felonies go to the county court system. Now, Judge Jackson has been a magistrate judge for about 6 years. Now, everything starts on March 28, 2025, when a woman named Raven Shearer is going to traffic court. Now, Shearer, 31, said that the conflict began in the lobby of the courthouse when she was waiting for her turn to be heard at traffic court. Now, allegedly, the judge got upset that Shearer was on the phone while the court was in session. Now, an argument between Shearer and the judge ensued when police then grabbed Shearer and took her outside of the building. Now, Shearer was arrested for disorderly conduct and obstructing government operations after she used some foul language and spit at Judge Jackson. Now, Shearer was taken to the local jail, booked, and released on bail. Now, here's local police explaining what happened.
I learned that she was in some type of verbal altercation with a female. Is what we were told.
Police Chief Wendell Major tells me police believe the woman had a traffic court appearance. He says the woman's case was never heard because she got irritated and had an outburst. She was charged with obstructing government operations and was arrested.
Now, Shearer did admit that she used foul language and spat on the magistrate judge. Now, later that day, her sister came and bonded her out of jail, but Shearer's car was still in the court parking lot. So she went back to the court parking lot to pick up her vehicle. Then surveillance cameras picked this up.
The incident happened on March 26th. In the surveillance video from outside of City Hall, you can see Jackson leave the building with her purse, stop, place that purse on the trunk of a nearby car, and then pull out a gun. She then tells the child with her to go back inside the building. You can hear someone off camera yelling a derogatory term at Jackson. Jackson then pulls out her phone and makes a call. Jackson then goes back inside with the gun in her hand. She comes back outside and walks around the parking lot before the shouting continues. Then she makes a trip inside, then immediately back outside, and that's when police show up.
All right, now here's a pro tip for all you people out there. If you're mad at someone for screaming and yelling at you, you can't pull out a gun and scare them. That generally is called assault in most states. Now, this judge has, I think, gone a little overboard by pulling out a firearm in a dispute. And there's also a second piece to it where the judge had come out of the building with the gun. And generally, you're not allowed to have guns in court buildings unless you're law enforcement, which the judge is not. So they arrested the judge.
Now, breaking news, a judge from Tarrant was booked into the Jefferson County Jail after being caught on camera brandishing a gun outside of City Hall. Thanks so much for joining us on this Friday. I'm Brittany Decker.
I'm Guy Rawlings. We first told you about this on Wednesday when we got surveillance video showing the judge with the gun. WVTM 13's Emma Owen following this at the breaking news desk. What's she been charged with, Emma?
Well, Guy and Brittany, Judge Tanelia Jackson is charged with possession of a firearm in certain places, and she has since bonded out. Now, the video you see here on your screen shows the incident. It shows Jackson leaving the courthouse with her purse. Then she pulls a gun from her handbag. Now, police say she was arguing with a woman who had appeared in her courtroom earlier that day. In the video, it's her voice who can be heard calling Jackson a derogatory term. Now, Jackson was booked into jail shortly after 5 o'clock this morning. Again, she has bonded out, and she did so about an hour after she was booked.
Now, local news tried to catch up with the judge and ask her to comment on the situation. Here is what happened.
I talked to Jackson on the phone on Wednesday and asked her if she had anything to say about what happened. She told me she wasn't going to comment on something she was a victim of.
I'm not aware of anything in the video that I saw that would make me believe that she was a victim.
Now, the judge was charged with possession of a firearm in a building in violation of state code that prohibits weapons inside certain public buildings like courthouses. Now, it's a Class C misdemeanor, and the fine is about $500 and or 3 months in jail. Now, if you thought that was crazy, I'm going to take you to Martin County, Florida. Police have just gotten a tip that a local sitting judge may be involved in some drug activity.
A couple weeks ago, about 3 weeks ago, our narcotics unit received at least 2 complaints that Judge Warnecke was involved in cocaine activity at Lures, a bar in Jensen Beach there off Rico Terrace. The specific information was that the judge was up there involved in some sort of activity involving drugs, and that a judicial assistant, Wendy Detroit, and I may have pronounced that name incorrectly, were involved in the same activity in some type of relationship.
Now, this is Judge Brett Warnicki from the 19th Judicial Circuit, as you see on your screen. And when you zoom into his assignments, all civil jury trial cases, all substance abuse and mental health court cases. So this was the drug judge, and they now have a complaint that he is involved in drug activity. So here's what police did.
Their plan was to go find the truth, whatever the truth was. If he wasn't doing it, then he wasn't doing it. If he was, to take action if you had the opportunity to do it. They did surveillance for the last couple of weeks and did see him at Lures, but did not see him doing anything specifically illegal. But last night, while they were doing surveillance at Lures, they did watch him and one of the females that he was with go back and forth from the car several times. They were drinking, then they would go to the car for 5 minutes or so, and then they would go back to the bar. And when they left, they conducted a traffic stop. When three individuals, Mr. Warnicki, Wendy, and another individual, which we provided you the name, left the establishment, our narcotics unit noticed that he was driving poorly. Initially, he wasn't driving with his lights on, going up Rico Terrace. Then as he turned onto Jensen Beach Boulevard, he was actually driving in the bicycle lane.
Hey, how are you tonight, sir? I'm doing well. How are you? Good. Hey, so a couple reasons I stopped you, okay? So one reason, when you were at the roundabout coming out of downtown Jensen, your lights were off until you started heading westbound.
I didn't know that because the lights come on automatically.
You're all good. And then the other thing is you were driving in the bike lane. You went over into the bike lane like 3 times, all right? You have your registration? Registration, insurance? Hello?
No, the insurance ain't sure.
That's fine. And your insurance. Yeah, can you roll down the window for my partner? I'm sorry. Thank you. How you guys doing tonight? Good?
Yeah.
Where are you guys coming from?
Picking them up.
Okay.
So they conducted a traffic stop, realized right away that there was probably some intoxication with alcohol involved, and they started their investigative process. That included a dog coming to the scene, working the car, running the car, which an alert did take place, and a subsequent search of the vehicle was conducted.
So as you see, police have probable cause to search the vehicle, and this is the result of that search.
Brought out to search the car.
Dog alerted, and a subsequent search of the vehicle resulted in the judge having what appears to be cocaine residue in his wallet, tested positive, presumptive field test for cocaine.
The sheriff tells me the residue in his wallet resulted in a drug paraphernalia charge. 2 passengers in the vehicle were cited for possession of cocaine, with 1 passenger additionally facing a possession of paraphernalia charge. Warnicki did not answer questions from investigators, but the sheriff says more charges are possible.
No one claimed the drugs found in the car, so we're going to do fingerprint testing, DNA testing, and just see what comes back.
So charges pending because we don't know who drugs they are. We've got drugs on the judge, drugs on everybody in the car. This has now become a huge problem, and this is a sitting judge. So that means this judge has active cases in this courthouse. So here's what the court administrator says is going to happen.
Searching for answers, our team reached out to the 19th Circuit Court. They sent over a statement saying in part, quote, all cases currently assigned to Circuit Judge Brett M. Warnicki will be renoticed for hearing before a temporary duty judge when available, consistent with the Chief Judge's authority under court rules, end quote. According to the court's website, Warnicki handles civil cases, including substance abuse and mental health court cases. He's scheduled to be in court in May.
So in Alabama, we have one judge pulling a gun on a woman in a parking lot, and in Florida, we got a judge being pulled over with cocaine in the car. This is America, people. Don't forget to like, share, subscribe, do all that great YouTube stuff. My name is Nate the Lawyer, and I'm going to see you on the next one. Peace.